Bortle here, back from the LCS 5 event of the online format. We have here top 4 contestant Mike Thomas playing WoW's 60 card Dragon Link combo deck. What's up, man? Welcome to the channel.
Thank you. I'm doing well. I just got finished with my match against David a minute ago. So, very happy with how I've done and how this 60 card pile performed for me this weekend.
Well, before we jump into it, would you like to do some shoutouts?
Yeah, so of course, big shout out to David for winning the tournament. He's a very good friend of mine. We collaborated on our Dragon decks together, so big shout out to him. Very happy and very proud for him. And then also just shout outs to Corey, my teammate, who helped me with a lot of the combo pathing with the deck. And then also shout outs to my friend Tyler, who I promised I would shout out like 4 years ago and forgot to for 4 years. So
Let's go, Tyler. Hopefully, this 4 year gap, got in there. Sweet. So, yeah, without further ado, please take it away.
all right, so I'll just start by just like breaking down the ratios. So I played I think 14 hand traps in my main deck, being 2 Ash Blossom, 3 Ogre, 3 Nibiru, 3 Gamma, and 3 Imperm. A lot of people cut the Nibirus for this tournament, which I understand why they've cut Nibiru, but I still think this card is insane. And playing the Dragon deck, really the only thing I care about is other combo decks. So including Nibiru is important. Ghost Ogre was in there for insurance against the Warrior decks and the Zexal decks. But going forward, I don't think I would continue to play Ghost Ogre. It wasn't very good for me this weekend. And then from there, we have kind of the standard Dragon lineup. We have the 3 Black Metal, 3 Seifert, 3 Nocto, 3 Tracer, Abso Router. We have Recharger and Synchron as our other rockets. And then we have the Red MD, the Bricks, the Buster Whelp, and the Phalanx. Then we have Supreme King Darkworm to send off the Dragon Shrines and the Foolish. And then the white and the black babies are there. I think that's all the monsters. If I missed one, people can see the.
Yo, what's this Violin Cube for, man?
Oh yeah, so Violin Cube is it's really interesting. So I knew that people were going to be cutting Nibiru for this event. So in the first game, it is more or less identical to Red Rose Dragon, where you can synchro for the Herald and then add Living Fossil, and that'll give you a reborn for a second dragon. And then post-siding, I can actually side in Smoke Grenade as a equip target, which will allow me to pop it with Tracer at the end of my combo, and then look at my opponent's hand, and if they have something like a Dark Ruler or Forbidden Droplets, I can just take that out of their hand, and at that point, I'm not really afraid of anything.
Oh, that's pretty wild because Inferno Bulls are the ones that are utilizing the smoke grenade combo.
Yeah, so my thought process going into this event was that I wanted to play a combo deck, and I was between the Rock deck, the Warrior deck, and the Dragon deck. And I like the Rock deck because it could summon, it can make the Union Lock, and I like the Warrior deck because it ripped cards out of my opponent's hand. And I was just thinking to myself, was like, well, what if I did both? So Dragons is the only deck that lets you both rip cards out of your opponent's hand and Buster Lock them. So that's how I ended up with this deck.
Nice.
And then for the spells, almost all the spells are extenders, with the exception of Boot Sector and Triple Tactical. So all of these cards, I don't mind seeing any of them in my starting hand. The Triple Tacticals, up until like the day or two before the event, were extra extenders like Succession and Emergency Teleport. But I wanted to take those out because Triple Talents, if I'm drawing cards, I'm probably finding an extender, or I'm ripping another card out of my opponent's hand, and it has the potential to help out the Buster Lock, which this deck can sometimes struggle with. And then for the extra deck, it's very standard. We just play the Savage and Herald and Marcher for our synchros, and then Apollo, Whirl Sword, Fiber, Romulus, the 2 Guard Dragons, Spheres, Link Cross, Protector Whelp, the 2 Strikers, and Union Carrier. The only one that I didn't summon this weekend was Apollo. Apollo is really only there to kind of recover against Nibiru and also to protect against like decks like Adamancipator or the Megalith deck, which I thankfully did not have to play against this weekend.
How do you think the matchup would have been if you did play it against them?
So that deck is super scary. I knew kind of what it did because one of my teammates has also been playing the deck, so I was like a little familiar with the cards. And really, if that deck gets going, there's almost no way to beat it. And if people watch the finals match, the only way that you consistently beat it, unless you can just like stop them from even starting to play the game, is to open kind of how David did in the finals, where you have like Dark Ruler plus Forbidden Droplets plus a way to do the Dragon combo. So in a 60 card deck, having both of those cards in my opening hand is not super promising.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And then for the side deck, we have it was a pretty even side deck. For combo decks, I had 7 cards. I had Pankratops, the Dark Rulers, and the Droplets. And then for back row decks, I had 8 cards, being Lightning Storm, Twin Twister, and Reboot, and the Pankratops. And then I had the Smoke Grenade just kind of as an extra slot, since Pankratops was filling a slot for both back row and combo decks.
Did you catch any people by surprise by ripping a card with this equip spell?
I actually only got to the equip spell, like to the rip a card with the equip spell, a few times this weekend. And I think that was mostly because I was getting like post siding. I was getting hand trapped or drawing like awkward hands. So I only was able to resolve it like maybe 3 or 4 times this weekend. I don't know if people were caught off guard. I think at that point, like, there's already so much on the field that they're kind of afraid. But I did rip a Droplet, and I think I ripped a Dark Ruler at one point as well. So it definitely secured me games that I potentially could have lost.
Wow, those are amazing rips. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So that was the deck. Do you have any questions for me? Anything that you think I should go over for the viewers?
Was there like a mini combo you wanted to explain?
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, I can just go through kind of like the standard combo that this deck does. So this version is a little bit weaker to Nibiru because of how you kind of have to do the combo. So you don't. So like you start by you summon 2 dragons and you make Romulus, and you get the Divine Lance, which will get the Phalanx. If you see somebody searching the Dragon Ravine, that usually means that they have the Divine Lance already. And you can still play around drawing Phalanx by just special summoning a Guard Dragon or Striker Dragon to one of Romulus's zones. A lot of people don't realize that Romulus actually has 2 effects, where if a dragon is special summoned from the extra deck to one of its zones, it can special summon a dragon from your hand. So that's definitely something that's really important. And then from there, you just go into Link Cross and you make your 2 tokens. And something that's important about the Link Cross that I should mention for people who might want to pick up this deck and start playing with it is that you want to put your tokens in the zones underneath the Link Cross and to the left of the Link Cross, or to the right of it if you summon in the right hand side of the field, because that way, if you get messed up in your combo or you get stopped, like say they have no material or something, you still have what I call like a pyramid shape on the other side of your board, so that you're able to still do Guard Dragon plays very easily. So that's something to keep in mind. I actually messed that up the first round of this tournament, and I actually lost because of it. So I almost lost the first round of the entire tournament to myself playing my Link Cross tokens in the wrong zone.
Wow, good thing you actually like mastered it up, and played pretty decent route.
Yeah, I did not make that mistake twice this weekend. And then from there, you make your Metal Marcher. And the reason this deck's weaker to the Nibiru is you make the link cross, or you use the link cross and the metal marcher to go into needle fiber after the after yeah, you go into the needle fiber there and summon the Violin Cube, because then you synchro for the Herald with the Violin Cube and your last token for the Herald. So it can be a little bit hard if you get Nibiru'd right there to recover from that. So that's just something for people playing against the deck to keep in mind, is that if you see that they're playing Violin Cube, that you might want to hold your Nibiru until after they've summoned their Needle Fiber.
Nice. Well, again, congrats on making top 4, man.
Oh, thank you.
Sweet. And listeners, if you're not a part of Bortle Nation, sub for Bortle. It's that easy and it's free. Oh God, yes. Bortle out.